Hey guys, May here, and today the last video that I wanted to film before I need to turn this camera off to charge the battery is an updated K-pop stores I use and why I use them. Last year around January-ish I filmed a video kind of talking about my favorite K-pop stores and why I use them and what I like and don't like about every store that I've kind of interacted with. So I thought that I would film a 2016 updated version because I was watching that video the other day and I was like, this is not that updated. Also, I kind of wanted to say a few things about certain K-pop stores and I just really haven't gotten around to it. So I just figured I would do it all in one video and then I would only have one video to edit, so yay! So the first one that I want to talk about, I started in my last video with, I'll leave a link for my old video if for whatever reason you want to watch that. So yes, Asia is the one that I've been definitely working with the longest. I haven't ordered anything from them recently, really? Not really, but they do have the most descriptive descriptions. I find that when I am looking for information on an album, I go to Yes Asia and look there a lot. Even if I've already bought the album, I'm just gonna go look at Yes Asia's. The albums though are much more expensive than other places I've found at Yes Asia. They're just not. It's because they put part of the shipping price in the album price so they can make shipping cheaper, so you're under the impression you're spending less money, but really you're probably spending a little more money than some of the other stores. And what I like about them is after a certain amount you do get free shipping. Also, if you live in the United States, if you get free shipping, you'll get a tracking number, which I don't know if it works for how many other countries it works for. I know that some countries in Europe it doesn't really work for, but I know that in the United States if you buy something from there and you get free shipping, you will get a tracking number, which is awesome because I'm very into tracking these days. CDJAPAN, I said in my last video that I didn't really like CDJAPAN, but in the past year I have really come to love CDJAPAN, and I am a huge CDJAPAN fan now, and they email me with new releases basically all the time. So they really look at what you've bought in the past and they kind of just say, oh, she buys a lot of Infinite, she buys a lot of Super Junior. Every time these groups do things, let's send her an email, which is actually really helpful, and it's made me figure out a lot of different releases before I see news sites talk about them. As soon as CDJAPAN gets like the notification for the pre-order, they're there and they email me, and it's really good. I wake up to their emails every day. It's like one of the first things I do every single day is look through my CDJAPAN emails. I feel like my albums used to get to me so much faster when I first started using CDJAPAN, and I don't know if I just started using a different one than I used to, and I need to experiment with that a little bit sometime soon. If you ordered far enough in advance, like for most things I do, and when I buy a Kyuhyun single from them, which is the next thing, if I don't buy anything from their sale, the next thing I want to buy from them is Kyuhyun single. I kind of need to look at their shipping a little bit better because I feel like sometimes if you order far enough in advance, which I do for Infinite and Super Junior things, the second I get a paycheck, like during that time, I put it towards that. And sometimes it's hard to get first press for them is what I found. They're pretty popular and they sell out pretty fast, and I've never had any problems shipping with them. There was one time that I didn't get first press, but I ordered first press but they ran out, that they did send me an additional like photo card with it, and it was of Donghae, so I was like pretty happy with that. KPOPMART, I used it a lot in like 2014, 2013. I don't really use it at all anymore, and the reason I don't use it at all is because their shipping methods are the like normal shipping, and then they have EMS, and they don't really have an in-between thing like that has a tracking number. And I am very into tracking numbers, and I just would rather have a tracking number. It just makes me feel so much better. But you do get the free posters with them. They still do that. I was on their website the other day. They still have the free poster deal. You order a poster, pre-order a poster, and you will get it for free. All you have to do is pay like $2 for shipping, which is actually really nice. And there's no free shipping. There's no way to get free shipping. K-Town For You, their album prices that I've seen are still one of the cheapest that I've seen out there, but the tracking method I used to use, I think this is at all stores, no longer works once the album leaves Korea. It does not work in the United States. I'll just get an error message. So I could either go for the next up tracking method, which I've seen some people do because they're very committed to K-Town For You, and it's just more money on shipping than I really want to spend, and I'm not really that comfortable spending that much money on K-Town For You, and like they're terrible with communication, and their communication, I have heard so many stories about them just being so bad with communication. Like most of these other stores that I've told you about so far, CDJAPAN is great with it, Yes, Asia is good with it. KPOPMART is pretty good with it. I've never had any issues there. I've only talked to them once or twice, but it was a very, very simple thing. Their website is very unorganized. My computer actually hates the website update. They updated their website recently, and I was trying to order some, I like still buy things from them, but very rarely. I bought some Super Junior food from the SUM Mart. I really wanted some ramen. I was craving ramen that day, and Super Junior has some, and I was like, why would I eat any other ramen besides Super Junior ramen? So I bought some. They're not very good at stocking albums from less popular groups too. I found that they will just, if they stock them, they'll stock like 100 of them, and then once those 100 is gone, they just won't buy more, which can actually be pretty annoying. And I feel like their stocks, they just don't buy enough for pre-orders, and it's like, why don't you buy enough? Amazon. I recently wanted to make a video on Amazon just because I had an issue with them lately. If you saw my unboxing of my 2 Infinite albums, I got Last Romeo version A and Dilemma version A. I bought those 2, but I also bought a 3rd album from the same seller, and they sent me the wrong album, and I thought everything was going great, and I talked to the seller and they were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like that's totally the wrong one, so we will send you a new album. And then I was like, yep, same address, like send it to the same place, and they were like, okay. And I never got any email from them saying we shipped it out. I never got any message, any email. I never got anything saying we shipped that other album out. So a couple of weeks ago, I messaged them again and I said, hey, you said you were going to send out the correct album and I haven't gotten it yet. Did you send it out? Have you sent it out yet? I wasn't going to be mad if they hadn't sent it out yet, and they sent back an automatically like generated email saying you need to wait whatever this amount of days kind of thing. And I've emailed them like 3 times and I've gotten the same message, and I just don't know if that means they've shipped it out, because none of those emails tell me that the new album has been shipped out, the replacement has been shipped out. But also I was really excited about like getting that BTD normal edition, and I didn't get it, and I'm just kind of annoyed with that seller now. And Amazon also has very vague descriptions, but I have found so many rare albums for so cheap there, and it's really helped especially my Super Junior collection. Like, it's really helped my Super Junior collection. I've gotten a lot of things there for very cheap. You can find albums for like $5. You're just always kind of dealing with the issue of, am I getting what I think I'm getting? And like, this Amazon seller is not bad at communicating, because they will talk to me, but it's just a matter of they haven't answered any of my questions. And I don't understand why, and I don't think that I'm ever gonna get that replacement BTD album, even after they told me that they sent it. But if that happens, I will let you know about that. I've found some really great things on Amazon, and I have some really good sellers that I like. I will leave their names right here for you if you want to check out the good sellers, and I definitely trust them, have never had issues with them, and you can trust them. eBay is another one that you always need to be careful with the sellers, and I only use eBay for photo cards now. Haven't used them for albums in quite some time, just because most of the time I'll look up the album and it will be more expensive than a place that I could get it elsewhere. But I still love Live JP, and I think that the last thing that I bought from eBay was my Infinite Be Mine Japanese single, the Colourpop version with Wooyeon's card. I bought that recently from a very small seller, but Live JP, I always look at their stuff because they have some really good deals on After School, Orange Caramel, Infinite, and Super Junior stuff. Like, they know my groups, they know my favorite groups, and they're an APINK too. They have quite a bit of APINK stuff. So there's a couple other sellers that I really like. I will leave their names down here, but I would say just look for feedback of sellers before you use them. Always be very wary of eBay sellers. You don't know what you're gonna get with that. Kpop CD is what I've started using recently. I said to you guys that I was going to do a comparison between Kpop Town and Kpop CD. Kpop Town, they do have tracking, so it makes them better than KPOPMART in my eyes. Their shipping isn't necessarily faster than Kpop CD, and that time that I ordered, I bought GFriend and one other album that I can't remember right now from Kpop Town, and I feel like I got my GFriend album way after everybody else got their GFriend album, who bought it from like Kpop CD or other places. And see, it's not really just me comparing the 2 stores and how long it took to get to me, it's how long it took to get to me compared to other people too, because there are a lot of people who aren't me who actually have time to upload videos every day, and they will upload pretty fast after they get their album. They don't have pre-orders though, and it drives me crazy. It absolutely drives me crazy. And I know that they're gonna list the album the second the album comes out, and there's never been any problems with that. It just drives me crazy that they don't have pre-orders. I like to look at albums for pre-orders. I like to pre-order it and be like, okay, I got that album. I'm all set for that album now. I don't have to worry about it, instead of like when the release comes out, like thinking about I have to do all this release stuff. I need to like post about what I think about it, because I don't do reactions anymore, so I just post everything on Facebook now. And I need to pre-order the album still. I need to buy the album still. So it's a little annoying for that, but their communication has been great. I've never had any issues with them as far as packaging. Everything that I've gotten from them has come in perfect condition. Kpop Town, took them forever to ship it out. See, I got to pre-order it, but it took them forever to ship it out, and I don't know if I took too long to pre-order or if something else happened. So I also really like catch-up CDs if you spend a certain amount of money, which like this is gonna start me being like, wow, I spent so much money on K-pop, but if you spend a certain amount of money, you get like a discount on shipping every single time. Like goes from 1% to like 5 or 6% or something like that, which is actually a pretty good deal if you are someone who buys K-pop pretty regularly. Kpop Town has a point system, so you get a voucher. Same with like Yes Asia, you get a voucher, and K-Town for you, you'll eventually get a voucher. It'll take a while. But yeah, that's really all I use. I used Bai recently, but go check out my video of the unboxing of these two CDs, because I talk about Bai there and like kind of how it works and what I think about it. So I'm not going to mention that in this video. I'll leave my link for that video down below if you're watching this way in the future. But hopefully that you guys will watch this. I'm going to mark the old video and say that it's old and this is the new updated one, and leave a link for this one in that description box. So if you were brought here by that means it worked. So that is all I wanted to say about these stores. Let me know what your favorite stores are and what experiences you've had with various stores down in the comment section down below. I know a couple of you who are going to comment who have told me your stories before, so just let everybody else know about your stories from those stores. So it's good to hear other people's feedback. It's good to hear what has worked and what hasn't worked, because I just feel like it's so important to know what you're getting into when you're buying from certain stores. So that is all I wanted to say. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the stores I talked about, or any additional stores or sellers for eBay or Amazon, if I've used them or not. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye!